What is up, guys? We're back here with another Yu-Gi-Oh! News video. This time we are going to be focusing on the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! What Konami's doing, and quite frankly, the desperation that they're under right now, which is a good thing, by the way. I do think them being desperate is a good thing. But before we even get to any of this, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the background. It's all related, guys. What's going on with the channel, why there's no uploads, and why Konami freaking out is actually a good thing. So if you look at all of my uploads besides the live videos, the last pack opening was a pack opening for the last year's tins, and that was basically just a video I had on my phone, and I was like, man, I'm gonna delete it anyways. I might as well just edit it and upload it, right? Before that, it was a month ago, probably more like a month and a half ago, with the limited pack and then the retro pack. As you can see here, before that, there is no opening until, again, another month, Stampede, which is, I've opened up a lot of Stampede and Bonanza. Before that, it was Justice Hunters 2 months ago. Point being, guys, I am primarily a pack opening channel, right? I will not shy away from that. Like, I know some of you guys like it when I talk about meta stuff or I play with you guys and you know, whatever, but I have fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! As a collector, not as a player. And I like opening up stuff on the channel. That's why I started the channel, right? Like, if you look at my uploads, it's like 90% plus openings, right? Whether it's shorts, whether it's long form content, it's primarily pack opening channels. But as I've been saying for the longest time, it has been incredibly boring and disillusioning to keep buying the products, right? So we're gonna go over here. I always highlight this. If you follow me on Twitter, make sure you guys do follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to do more social media stuff. Twitter, Instagram is primarily what I'm going to be posting in. Instagram is just going to be like collection type videos, but Twitter is going to be, if you're a developer, I'm actually going to be posting a lot of developer stuff in there, but also just my thoughts, my random thoughts about what's happening with Yu-Gi-Oh! And I do highlight the fact that these main sets in particular have been terrible, quite frankly. And actually, you know, we have to go through here because I don't know what happened, but TCG Player, since like a recent update, they segregate the sealed product from the singles, and it's kind of frustrating because I'm trying to find a balance between them rather than include both of them, which you could technically. By the way, there is a little tidbit. If you go into any product and then you click the link for the product, you will see both sealed and the non-sealed, which actually, yeah, there you go. I guess you have to dig deep, but you will find it eventually. We'll sort by best selling, and then we'll stick here, whatever. This is fine. So here is the latest, the greatest main set, which came out, I don't think even a month ago. I did not open anything from this product, by the way. This, because again, I don't have fun. I just don't have fun. These sets suck, right? This is the point of this video and what Konami is trying to do to fix it. But $42 for a sealed product, not even a month after release, is ridiculous. There are no reprints that have killed this set. This set died because no one wants to buy this set, right? The most expensive card that isn't a collector type rarity is probably this Nori, which is a whole ass 20 bucks. Now, there are going to be variants. We've seen sets that sucked early, but then have progressively gotten better, even whether that's because of reprints killing other sets, maybe there's new archetype support that makes cards in this set viable, or just ban lists dropping and shifting the meta, right? But $42 on release is disillusioning. If you go and buy something, you're already losing money, right? Like, I think usually these are, I don't want to say MSRP because I don't think they have an MSRP value because you can't buy them in retail. But I think it would be, on average, somewhere between $70 to $80, and it's already lost about half its value, right? And I know there's a lot of people that get angry when you mention money and Yu-Gi-Oh! But here's the thing. You have to keep mentioning money with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's stupid not to. Like, it really is. If you think about it this way, Why am I going to go to Target right now, right? Me personally, I have a Target 10 minutes away, I think. I really don't know. I don't really time it, but we'll say 10 minutes away. Why am I going to waste 10 minutes of my time, 10 minutes coming back to get a $4 blister when that $4 blister is probably going to net me on average about 50 cents to a dollar, right? Like that's about right. Or maybe we'll go a little bit further. Maybe I get lucky and the average actually is about $2 now because again, we're half of MSRP, right? We'll say it like that. Why am I going to be spending money to do that, right? And then people will counter that. We're saying like you shouldn't be making money off this, and I'm not even saying I should be making money, but I shouldn't be essentially burning money, right? Like if if I am going, think about it this way: if I am giving you $4 and you are giving me back a dollar, why am I going to continue to do this? Like there has to be a point where I am going to be like, unless I'm completely retarded, and I'm going to be like, dude, this is one sided. Like I am not getting anything out of this. I am not even getting a potential of it. So let's flip it a little bit. What really happens is, I give you $4, and you give me a chance to get $2 back, and that's the highest, right? Like the highest I can possibly get is $2 back. And after a while, it's just kind of like, why do I keep doing this? Now we'll keep going even further because that's technically not correct. For this main set, I give you $4. Actually, technically, it's closer to 5 because of inflation. The prices of packs didn't go up, so it's technically closer to 5. And I get the potential of getting what's the highest value card here, $177. Where the odds of that happening are like extremely low, guys. Okay, and so the average of me, the value that I would get back would be closer to like maybe like 2, like as I was saying. Again, it's just a really stupid thing to keep doing, and I don't think people really realize when people complain about the prices, people complain about the pull rates, people complain about the same rarities and making rarities just absolutely dog water or common, right? Like Starlights are just they're glorified secret rares at this point. Like they're not valuable cards, they're not sought after cards. That's the reason, right? You cannot as a company keep having this. Imagine if you go to a casino and the instead of you winning big, right, and having a huge jackpot, they're like, you know what? Maybe the jackpot is a little bit smaller, and the odds of you getting it are actually really low, like lower than usual. People are not going to go to that casino, right? And that's what you're doing here with pack openings. You are gambling in a sense. But let's move on here. Justice Hunters, I just want to see the prices because I actually have not seen them recently. This is the latest side set with some meta cards at $56, below what it should be selling, by the way. Duelist Advance, this is the second to latest main set. Wait, what the fuck? Is there no... Are they not even listing the sealed product? $25, guys. Maybe 29 though. Yeah, okay. $27 is the lowest. It dropped all the way. Yeah, 27. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy, guys. I mean, this is 3 months old, maybe, and that's ridiculous. Like, no one wants to open this. The highest, again, we're not looking at Starlights. Chasing a Starlight is a dream, guys. That is, you're especially that specific Starlight is a 1 to 25 chance of pulling a Starlight, 1 in 3 chance per case of pulling a Starlight. So I'm not going to do the math. You do the math. It's low, right? But besides that, you get the chance to get a $20 secret rare and a $10 ultra rare. Looks like that's pretty depressing, pretty darn sad. Let's keep going real quick just to prove the point. Monsters Mayhem, usually battles and legend type sets are hit and miss. This one looks like it's a miss, but $44 already is pretty bad. Quarter Century Stampede, we're not even looking at that. That's actually like a really good set, and we got spoiled with those, by the way. Maze of the Masturbators, $34. And also, why I'm doing this, guys, is because I also sell, and that's why I'm really focused on these numbers, because, again, I'm not trying to make profit. I sell because I kind of have to, right? If I'm a pack opening channel, I open up packs, I have a lot of cards, right? I'm not going to keep all of them. I'm not going to throw away valuable stuff. Like, that's a waste of money. and so on and so forth. So I kind of have to sell, so I have to watch the numbers. And now that I'm like kind of selling in different platforms and stuff like that, I'm seeing a lot of people that are looking at Pokemon and thinking that they can mimic that in Yu-Gi-Oh, and kind of failing miserably, by the way. And like, I'm not saying that to dig on them or insult them. I'm saying that as a warning, guys. Like, people are trying to make a profit in Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're failing miserably because they're buying sets like this, and then no one wants to buy this, a $34 box, right? Like, they probably bought this for like $60, so they lost on almost half of its value. No one wants to open it. Like, realistically, a pack is $1.15. So I'm seeing a lot of people, especially on Whatnot, when they're streaming, just give these packs away because they're trying to get rid of them, right? So that's also a warning, guys, right there. Don't think that you're going to be making money. And I'm not disillusioned. I know that. I'm telling you guys that I'm not going to make money off Yu-Gi-Oh. I think that's cool, right? But Yu-Gi-Oh still needs a way to attract people that want to open the product and not deter people that want to sell Yu-Gi-Oh. Because if everyone is afraid to sell Yu-Gi-Oh, that means no one's going to buy Yu-Gi-Oh, which means no one's going to rip Yu-Gi-Oh. And I think people would actually not mind not ripping Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So that's that. Let's go into my theory here, okay? So we have Limit Over Collection, The Heroes. OCG released 28th February 2026. These packs introduce overframe cards whose card design features illustrations exploding off the artwork frame, a brand new dazzling feature for the OCG. I thought it said OG something. And among overframe prismatic secret rare cards, there will be a super limited number of cards with serial number on them. So two things here: the OCG, and it's confirmed that the TCG is at least getting overframe cards as well, is going to have overframe cards in the regular TCG, not Rush Duel, and they're going to have serial cards, which is basically certain cards are going to have a number on them, and then if you want all the numbers or you want a specific number, it makes them more sought after. So that's two big things. So let's see if there's any more here. These packs introduce, I think that's the exact same text. But the guy here, this is not example, by the way. These are Rush Duel cards. We've seen them. North America has not gotten these. And then this is actually Konami from NA, or I guess this one's Europe technically, saying that, yeah, that's coming to us. So here's the theory, guys, okay? So we have this roadmap of products, right? We have a structure deck in October. We have it's still a structure deck, a special edition three deck structure deck box coming in November 7th. So two structure decks. Essentially, two structure deck product types. Phantom Revenge, I think that's a side set December. Another structure deck in January, or another main set in February. Which, I mean, these side sets and these main sets, they usually have a familiar cadence. It's like a 3-month span between each, and then an OTS pack. There is no side set. There's no collector set. There is no Battles of Legends set in the holidays, okay? And that is really weird, because if you look at the past trends, if we look at last year in particular, we had a collector set in the form of Bonanza in November, right? Right before the holidays, we had Bonanza. Cool. 2023, we had Rarity, another Rarity collection type set. Very good set, November. Cool. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. I think we've had 5 consecutive years with some kind. I mean, they might have sucked, right? Like, we haven't hit one that sucked yet, but like, they might have sucked. They might have fumbled it, but there was a set released around the holidays, at least one, that was focused on reprints or collectors, or like some collectability, right? Magnificent Mavens with the Fair Wares collector type set. Battles of Legend Crystal's Revenge, more of a reprint set, both around the holidays. We have 2021 reprint set El Dorado. It sucked, but it was there. 2020 November 13th, Maximum Gold, the OG, and so on and so forth. So it looks like In 2019, there was no, well, technically Duel Devastators was that reprint set, and it was a really good reprint set, October, slightly before the holidays. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with how big companies do things, there is usually a freeze of things during the holiday season because there's a lot of people that go on vacation, right? Like they accrue all their PTO and they take all their PTO all at once, and they GTFO around November, start in November for some people, and then December. Also, if they aren't on PTO, there's still holidays in between. There's Thanksgiving and there is New Year's and Christmas, right? Which usually people get off, and they usually try to get multiple days off with their PTO as well. So all this to say is, if there was a huge shakeup that happened, it would not be feasible or possible for them to put a set quickly out in the holidays, right? And my theory is, I think they saw the way Starlights are being looked at. I think what Konami was thinking, right? Like big brain Konami here. They saw how QCRs were very popular. And then they're like, dude, we're going to do the same formula, which makes no fucking sense, and copy and paste it into Starlights. Now you might be asking, why doesn't it make sense? Well, why are there 25 Starlights, right? Off the hop. In the main sets, there's 25 Starlights. In the Battles of Legends monster, whatever, there should be 25 as well in here. Let's see. I just want to confirm here. 25 Starlights. The reason, by the way, 25 QCRs were in sets was because 25 equals 25th anniversary, right? Like there is a significance there. It makes no sense that there's 25 Starlights in these packs, FYI. But then they're like, oh, well, people like collecting them, and they like the fact that it was the odds were better than how Starlights used to be. And no, it turns out people really don't like that, right? When you look at the 2025 Mega Pack, all the Starlights are pennies. I mean, not really. There's some valuable ones, but I'm exaggerating a little bit. People really didn't really buy into the set. Right now, it's actually below MSRP. So I think they saw the way people have been looking at Starlights, and they're like, okay, clearly there's something here. There's a disconnect. So we need to fix this somehow, right? And they were scrambling. They were scrambling, and someone probably was like, okay, we've been getting people hungry for these overframe or full arts, right? They call it overframe. It's full arts. Maybe there's a trademark dispute or something, but it's full arts. And I think I think less people were focused on serialized cards, but it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. So they saw them. They were like, you know what? We need to fix Yu-Gi-Oh! No one's buying our fucking dog-ass sets, guys. And like, bro, $34. No one's buying our sets. We need to fix this. Now, I think Genesys, they say they were working on it for 2 years. I think Genesys, they thought was going to be driving value, right? Like they were like, oh, people are going to play Pot of Greed, right? And we reprinted Pot of Greed in the 2025 Mega Packs as a Starlight. People are going to want to chase it, right? That's going to be a really valuable card. Collectors are going to be happy. Players are going to be happy. And that didn't pan out, right? It looks like a lot of OTS stores aren't actually supporting Genesys, right? So the rollout is kind of bad. I mean, their updates seemed frequent at first. They had like an update within 2 days of releasing Genesys, but now it's almost going to be a month with no updates, right? People are clamoring for it to be updated faster, and they're not updating it faster. What I thought was going to happen is they're going to follow a faster cadence or faster releases of the Genesys format, right? Like they would update Genesys faster, and it hasn't been like that. And I keep saying this, guys. If you watch my videos, Konami is a player with players. They are competing with online games. Online games updates have patches, like meaningful updates, patches. 3 weeks, every 3 weeks, right? If you look at League of Legends, one of the biggest games in the planet, or maybe it's not anymore. I really don't know. It has a 3-week cadence, or it did. I'm out of the loop. Maybe they changed it, and it had impactful change. Like they changed a lot in those 3 weeks. People want that constant change, man, and Konami's not delivering that, right? So There with Genesis, it does seem like they were hoping for a resurgence in popularity, a resurgence in sales, and it just didn't happen, right? Maybe just because they fumbled a little bit, or maybe my theory is people really don't like playing as much as people think that people like playing. So here's the thing, right? Like Genesis really it makes me want to try to go into locals and play locals, right? But I'm a logical person, so follow my logical path, right? If I go to an OTS store, that's a 30-minute drive ish, 30-minute drive back. That's an hour. So I already wasted an hour. I don't have much time. When an hour's a long time, right? And you still have to deck build. You still have to do all this stuff that involves getting better at the game. It's more time sink. So let's say I spend 10 hours at least, probably going to be more, just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or getting to tournaments or setting up to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And all I get from wasting 10 hours of my life is a pack or like 5 packs or a booster box. That is shit, right? I mean, if I go to a tournament and win, get first place, I think I've been told, I've been asking about pricing. If you get first place in most stores, they will give you a booster box of the latest set, but those are dog water, right? Like they're shit. They're $40. Like, am I really gonna waste 10 hours of my life to get $40 of product when I can just spend the $40 myself and those 10 hours doing other things? That's the thing, right? And then we'll extrapolate it a little bit further, right? Let's say I'm one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh players in the world. I top multiple times. I've had YCS wins under the belt. I'm still like you have to spend a lot of time to do that, by the way. Like it's gonna be more than 10 hours, by the way. It's gonna be like a full-time, if not a part-time job, if not a full-time job, just to get to that place. And using my time that way, the only thing to my name or my accolade is that I'm good at Yu-Gi-Oh! I would hate my life so much, man. Like I'm just being real here. I would wait. I would feel like I wasted my whole life or portions of my life if that was my trajectory, right? I I don't want to be successful in that way. Like that, I don't think that's successful, by the way. Like that's personal opinion. So Konami has to win people over and try to get them to try to get better at the game, I guess. You know, with all these attract tournament players. Other games have really high prices, which I guess would be better if you're spending 20 plus hours preparing a week 20 plus hours a week preparing for YCSs and stuff like that. That would be better. Like I wouldn't want the accolade, bro, but if they gave me like $100,000, like, bro, I might actually want to be a fucking neckbeard, all right? Like, bro, my neck's getting a little bit hairy just thinking about it, you know, if you know what I mean. So that's the whole point, guys. I don't think focusing on players, unless they're going to fix pricing, is going to fix the game. That we've seen it with Genesys. People were hyped for Genesys for about a week. I was hyped for Genesys for about a week. I think people saw the reality of Genesys. Like, it's just another format. It's a different way of playing it. It'll make it more fun. But you're still, like, to get better at the game, you're still going to win a box that's $40 every week and spend 10 hours. Like, the time to reward ratio is very low. So they do have to focus on collectors. And that's why I do think they were panicking, and they're like, okay, dude, we got to release something. Collectors are the ones driving the sets. They're buying stuff out. They're not buying stuff out now, but they will be if we do this. And that goes in line with what I've been saying, guys. Collectors and people that open up product vendors, me, like YouTubers, stuff like that, they drive the markets. It's really not the meta players. Like there's cards that go up in value, but they don't drive like sealed product value as much as the degenerates that collect cards. And it does seem like a lot of degenerates that collect cards are focusing on Pokemon, and the way to get people back into Yu-Gi-Oh! full art and serialized cards. And so yeah, this comes out in February. It comes out in March, I think, for us for North America. Going back to the timelines, it makes no sense. We have no collector type product in the holidays season, and this one is in March, which aligns with a panicking strategy. They probably nixed a product that was coming out in like November or December, probably around November. I think that's around the average timeline here. They scrapped it. It was probably going to be more Starlights, more crap ass Starlights that people were not going to buy, and so they're like, we're not even going to waste our time here. It's going to be a 50% off in a month. You know, if we release this product, let's just go with what people want, push the time frames a little bit. And there you go. I think that's what happened. Anyways, that's the video. A little bit longer video. I had a lot to say. I'm back, baby. Not really. I mean, there's nothing to open, guys. There's nothing to open. If we look back here, am I going to open up a structure deck? Am I going to open up 3 structure decks? I hate side sets. I hate them with a passion. Like there's nothing to open, guys. I'll see what I can do here and try to get back in the game. I do have some more videos that I haven't edited that I'll try to edit, and maybe some deck profiles. I really know. I'm just kind of spitballing here because, yeah, man, it's been getting, like, I want to make videos, guys, but at the same time, there is literally nothing for me to make videos on. Even opening a vintage, by the way, like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Power of the Duelist packs, like I can buy some vintage packs and open them up, but they're reprinting vintage stuff too, so it's kind of like you're kind of getting fucked in both cases right now as a collector. Like Konami's not printing stuff for you, so you buy mainline stuff, recent stuff, you're gonna get screwed. And if you buy reprints, not reprints, vintage packs, they're probably gonna get reprinted as well. So that's the video, guys. I hope you like it. Watch the whole thing, by the way. I'll put chapters, but like, bro, like this video is actually really good. No, I'm not trying to like self-flagellate, but like it's pretty good. Peace out. Big thank you to the channel members Eric Moreno and Burn My Dread. You guys rock.